And now, it's Boomer Life. Lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is Boomer Life on CIL 650.
Welcome to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm your host, Peter Shadd. Are you where you want to be financially? A well-thought-out plan for your financial future is an integral part of building the life you want for yourself and your family. Financial security makes all the difference. Jim Doyle has been helping people rediscover confidence in their financial futures for 27 years with some strong credentials to back up the advice. CFP, CLU, TEP, CDFA, CIWM. More than ever, advisors and advisory service firms must provide evidence of their value to clients above and beyond financial results. Providing outstanding service requires understanding of exactly what impacts financial success, which is habits and patterns of behavior. If you've been putting off getting your financial house in order, we're giving you all the tools today to get started with the help of Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group Financial Services, Inc. Hello, Jim.
Thank you, Peter. It's really great to be here. When we talk about getting your financial house in order, here's some inspiration. At the end of August, CIL 650 AM will be hosting new programming on this station. That means this show is going to be going off the air at the end of August. I want to take a moment to say thank you for listening, and I hope we've added to your investment knowledge.
You certainly have, and I want to give the telephone numbers for Jim out now because for now, this is the last chance for us to actually broadcast them. Jim's number is 604-682-5431. That's 604-682-5431. Value is an important word for you and your colleagues, Jim. When we talk about value of advice and how advised clients can build 290% more wealth, how does someone with 27 years in the business suggest we add value to our portfolios?
It's no secret. Most of us tend to become less risky with our investment portfolios as we age. Our focus may move from growing our portfolios to one where we look for security and safety when it comes to income generation. Capital preservation becomes paramount. However, when it comes to maintaining value in your portfolio, taking less risk is not always the best option. You need to take some risk in order to get a return.
And we need to maintain pace with inflation. The key comes down to proper planning, Jim, and for the last 3 years, we've focused on the importance of a financial plan as the foundation of financial success. People often think of performance of their investments as the critical indicator of their wealth, but should returns be the only primary indicator of success?
Here's the one thing, Peter. It's amazing how much can change in 24 months or less. Consider the last 24 months of your life. How many things have changed in the past 2 years?
Well, one thing that's obvious, you just alluded to it, was the fact that this station is changing ownership and format, and this show is going off the air in less than a month. Who knew that was going to happen 24 months ago?
Well, exactly. A lot can happen, both good and bad. Think about your loved ones for a moment, your children, your grandchildren. When we talk to clients, it's surprising how much change can happen in 24 months. And if it's not change in their lives personally, it's change in the lives of their kids and perhaps their grandkids.
Like the life-altering events, births, deaths, divorces, marriages, graduations, adoptions.
When we talk about the value of advice, it comes down to making sure that your plan, especially your legal documents like wills and estate plans, have been updated to reflect these changes. Has your personal financial planning been updated to reflect these milestone changes as well?
The forest fires, we were just talking off air about the smoke and how we've been experiencing it across BC. That's another great example of massive change and upheaval.
Oh, exactly. The tides can change instantly. There will be emergencies at some point in our lives. This is a fact of life. When we consider the forest fires a completely unexpected emergency, I think it bears repeating to suggest an emergency fund could provide usefulness at some point.
Oh, imagine the stress that would come with dealing with an emergency evacuation. But having some resources available to deal with an emergency like this will reduce some of that stress.
It comes down to keeping the focus on planning, to have resources available at critical times.
When it comes to real life experiences like the forest fires, for example, are we talking about a financial plan or relationship that moves way beyond just the investment side of the picture and more into almost planning for peace of mind, Jim?
I think it comes down to asking who is helping you keep the focus on planning for your future. Think about retirement and your vision for lifestyle in retirement. How confident are you that the plan you have in place today, and we're talking about the plan you're actually living day to day, not that physical plan sitting on a shelf gathering dust, how confident are you that the plan you're working with today will actually help you achieve your goals?
If you're not sure whether the plan you're working with today is taking you where you want to go, here's Jim's number, 604-602-5431, 604-682-5431. Put together a plan that works for you.
Here's the one thing, Peter. When we start digging into the finer points of a plan, I usually discover numerous critical details that are missing.
And why are those details missing in the first place?
Well, usually because there hasn't been a coordination of the overarching plan and the life events taking place.
So does that come down to no one's actually managing the financial plan?
Yeah. A common misconception for those without a financial advisor is that their portfolio performance is the key to their future. I've heard many people say, hey, we're doing fine because the portfolio is way up.
So what might those investors be missing?
I think what these people are missing is the fact that most investment managers build an asset allocation strategy around your stated goals.
And what happens if we're unsure of our goals? We don't know what we don't know, and then there's the unexpected emergencies you alluded to, like forest fires that come along.
We want to make sure you're never shortchanging ourselves, especially financially. It's important to keep in mind that if your assets are structured with a specific goal in mind, you could be shortchanging yourself when it comes to time to actually use the assets. This is where you want to have specifically tailored advice. The when, the where, and the how do I access my money?
Investment management is obviously a critical component of building wealth, but what's the point if that money is unprotected somehow, Jim?
I think it helps to understand that your investment plan is designed based on a number of factors. Okay, your intended time horizon, when are you looking to access your money? What is your risk tolerance? What are your specific cash flow needs? What are your desired lifestyle going to look like? And have you calculated any business risks? And finally, what does your family situation look like? And success is not only based in keeping everything up to date. It's about monitoring your process relative to your goals.
Building a plan that takes all of those factors into account, cash flow, desired lifestyle, potential risks, requires an expert, someone like Jim Doyle, who's sitting with us today for the final time on this program, 27 years of experience in investments behind him and financial planning. Here's Jim's number. You can call his team at 682-5431. That's 604-682-5431. When you start your client relationships, Jim, what's the first step?
I can't say this stronger enough. It starts with a positive outlook. Feel good about the fact that you're taking control of your financial situation. That first step is 90% of the battle. I take an educational focus to help motivate clients to make the best possible financial decisions.
Why is education so fundamental to the way you run your practice?
Education means you understand your choices and the impact of the decisions you're making. For those who tell me that numbers make them antsy, I'm just not that interested. We have the tools available to simplify the process and make it a little bit more interesting.
You've been helping people rediscover confidence in their financial futures for 27 years, and you have an impressive number of credentials to back up the advice: CFP, CLU, TEP, CTFA, CIWN, M. How does your extensive education add significant value to your clients' financial planning strategies?
Peter, the right financial advice adds value on a number of fronts, from income generation to tax-efficient investing to estate planning. I've invested years of my life to ensure that the strategies my team and I put together are tailored to you and your specific needs. Reviewing all of my credentials would likely have some folks changing the dial here a little bit. So let's leave it at this. The more education your advisor has, the more likely they are to recognize gaps in your situation that you need to pay attention to.
I know that your team offers something that you like to call white glove service, with specific attention to each client's personal goals as well as specially trained approach to dealing with family dynamics. You know, you've been called a financial concierge on this program in the past, and these days, we can customize almost every aspect of our lives. Why should investment planning or financial planning be any different?
Well, I agree, which is why in our practice, we focus on the experience in everything we offer, starting with a platform that empowers you to make the best financial decisions for you and your family. Financial planning is about relationships, and it's also about experiences. We aim to create an experience that continues to draw our clients in and excite them, and we start with delivering the experiences on the client's terms.
But don't virtually all of the financial institutions try to do something similar?
Well, I have a story to kind of illustrate my point. We're fortunate to be growing at this time when many financial firms are experiencing a fair amount of change. So we've been recruiting over the past several weeks, looking to add to our team. We've had a chance to interview a number of candidates, many of whom have significant experience in the financial services industry. And of course, we asked the standard question, why are you looking to make a change? And a number of the applicants told us that they wish they had more time to spend with their clients. That most days, they might not be able to spend any more than a half an hour with a couple for their annual financial review. This experience has left many applicants wanting more from their client relationships.
I mean, for some couples, 30 minutes might be enough time, but if the issues are more complex, we're talking about addressing the needs of two people with specific goals, 30 minutes definitely doesn't sound like it's long enough.
In my experience, time constraints limit the scope of advice being provided. This leaves people in danger of being underserviced and opens them up to a number of potential setbacks due to the lack of proper planning.
So tell us how your approach is different, Jim.
It's not uncommon for meetings to run from an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the complexity of the client and their needs. We position our practice to make sure that we have ample time to help clients address their issues when the issues are fresh, not 3 weeks down the road when we have an opening. It's one of the primary reasons we look to limit the number of clients we work with and the number of new clients that we take on in a year.
How many new clients do you take on in a year?
Well, typically we only take on about 12 to 20 new clients in a year.
Wow. Well, it is all about the client, that's you, and your experience. And with Jim Doyle, who could be your financial concierge. And if you have questions about he and his team can help you discover the financial security you've been looking for, here's Jim's number, 604-682-5431, 604-682-5431. You're listening to Boomer Life on CL 650. I'm Peter Shad with Jim Doyle, Senior Financial Consultant with Investors Group. Boomer Life is going off the air at the end of this month, so if you're feeling anxious about your money and you want to make a change, take the number down. Call Jim, 604-682-5431. In just a moment, we're going to learn more about what you should expect from your financial advisor. Does what you're currently experiencing in your advisor relationship resemble white glove service? We'll find out next on Boomer Life.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.